The Lord is my shepherd. 23rd Psalms, King David, I believe. Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Maketh me to lie down in green pastures, and leadeth me beside the still waters. But what happens when the waters aren't still, and the pastures aren't green, and we're all as a collective crying out, Father, God, where are you? Where are you? And bad things keep happening anyhow. Well, I'm going back through scriptures, and I'm finding that our prayers are an abomination if we're not doing it the right way. So when I'm going to talk about tribalism here for a minute, the us and the them, we're right, they're wrong. And then it gets polarized, and it gets more and more. We are absolutely right, they are absolutely wrong, to the point that people are becoming killers. And maybe not physically, but Jesus says that if we're thinking and hating our brother in our head and our mind and our heart, we've already committed murder. So where did this start? Where did this even begin? I'm trying to think of in my own life. I can remember around 6th grade, we'd have a pep rally, and we had a mascot, we had an eagle, and we had a team, and we would play another team, and we were number 1, and we had our own colors, our own little flags. And then as I got older, more and more of this tribalism went on. And now that I'm pushing 50, 49 years old, I'm looking back because I'm wondering, is God there? Is he listening? What's going on? Even though we were warned about these times, I'm still questioning, why would God allow all this? And, I think of things like the seed. Jesus talks a lot about harvest and the seed. Well, what do we do with the seed? We plant it, and we put it in the ground. We push it down, and it's all tight in there. There's no light. It's darkness, and we're forced to, as a seed, it's forced to push its way out and strive for the light. And only being uncomfortable can a seed grow, and the only way for life to come is if that seed dies. So maybe that's what Jesus was talking about when he said, die to self and deny thyself and die to this world. And that's what they're talking about when they talk about the quick and the dead. Have you been quickened with the Spirit of Christ in you, or are you still the walking dead? Tribalism, seeds, being uncomfortable. I think, why is it that I'm seeking and searching, and I'm not in the middle of all the politics, and I'm not, going along with all the church denominations, and, I'm really listening to what Jesus said. And there's a lot of text in that book, but I just keep listening over and over. I just go on YouTube and I put in book of Mark, Matthew, and I just listen to it over and over. And I'm finding such a peace as I try to change and pull all these layers of my image and who I am, and am I this, or starting with just the easy stuff like my ancestry. Who cares? Let it go. No more ancestor worship. My female, male, whatever. Let it go. Who cares? That's not who I am in here. Yes, in the flesh, but that's the ways of the world. So I'm trying to differentiate between the world, which is a place I don't want to be anymore, I want to be in the kingdom, which is spiritual, because we're told that the Father is spirit and truth. So, thinking dually here, I'm starting to separate from these things of the world. You know, am I a redhead or a blonde, Republican, Democrat, gay or not, and heterosexual, all these things, right down, and it started right in the very beginning when I was told we are Christians, and then I was told, well, we're not just Christians, but we're this type of Christian, and I found out there's all these thousands and thousands of denominations, and denominator, if I remember, is a mathematical term, and it has to do with divisions and dividing, and if a house that's divided will fall, then how on earth can we base the very foundational parts of our faith and religion on denominating? We do all these things, and we expect to not have any karma for everything that we've been a part of and played part of. I remember during Iraq, weapons of mass destruction, and our towers being told that a few guys did all this. I mean, now I look at it and I'm like, that's all so laughable that I believed all that. But boy, did I. And I was like, USA. I was one of these people. And now I can go back and search through pictures and little kids that, you know, they don't have legs. They're adults now. But I played a part in that. I wore the American flag proudly. Proud. Right there should tell us something. We're supposed to be humble. It says to be humble, and God will exalt you. And if you're proud, you're in opposition. So I think the very first thing that we all need to do is, I mean, and I only speak for myself. You guys do whatever you want. It's on you. But time is short. I mean, really, really short. I don't think I need to say everything that's going on. And, I mean, there's plenty. All you gotta do is go on the news. Go on the internet. We got 10 near-Earth asteroids almost a day. And, you know, they laugh about it. It's just, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm seeing that almost every single prophecy has already come to pass. All of it. And you really only have to do a little bit of research. Just each prophecy, go put it in, and let's see. It's done. But if you don't believe me, then you really need to pray for the veil to be lifted off your eyes, because time's up, and I mean it's up, and anyone that's decorating with a bunch of darkness around their houses and stuff, you need to remember, you know, one of the biggest things the devil ever did was convince us that he's not real, and that, you know, casting spells and all that hocus pocus is a bunch of bullcrap. But, you know, if it's such bullcrap, then, you know, why is it everywhere? You know, we laughingly and in good fun, you know, do all these things that we really have no knowledge about what we're even up to. We're not informed. We are not informed. Halloween is the satanic high Sabbath. And I don't want no part of it. Christmas it's nothing to do with Jesus. It's Santa and Saturnella, and it's all the other gods that are, you know, it's a big slap in the face. It's like, hey, Jesus, I'm at a big birthday party for your birthday, but I'm going to do it on, you know, your enemies. You know, I'm going to do it on all these dates that have to do with the equinox and all the pagan holidays and all the old Roman gods and Greek gods and Sumerian and Babylonian gods. That's all the way back. I mean, why do you think they always have statues of Mother Mary and a baby, a little bitty infant? Why? Or they show him dead. A dead Jesus or a baby Jesus. You know, nothing about the living Jesus and the spirit that's here, that he had to leave so that it was here for us to advocate for us and to show us. It says that all we need is the Spirit, and it will guide us. Jesus died brutally to show us the way out of here. Well, we did something, guys. All of us did something. You know, we turned our backs on God. We, gave him the middle finger, and we did something because we're here. And we fell. Somewhere we got to be accountable for that. I know I'm not just like, oh God, woe is me. I'm not thrilled about being here in the flesh. I knew from day one that this place was not cool. Even when things were great, I felt empty. Holding my babies, beautiful thing. Of course, now I'm like, I feel guilty that I brought them into this place and that I dropped the ball and I didn't watch the candy store. And then I'm like, I gotta go further than that. It's not even about the store. It's about the whole place. It's my fault. I started dividing and picking sides, putting myself in boxes, putting labels on myself, making myself different from others, instead of looking at others and seeing how much alike we are. And even past that, that's my dog whining. Katie, come on now. Be a good girl. Instead of finding all these differences, we need to be thinking spiritually and praying for our enemies, people that want to do us harm, blessing them, praying for them, do something nice for them. Forgive. If someone asks, give. Be charitable with your time. I feel lazy. I feel guilty for being too lazy to get up for years and go share and help someone with what I was learning. I'm learning about all these treasures that I'm carrying right here inside me, and for whatever reason, I didn't go out and here's the cure to a disease, and here's a sick person, and I had the cure and I didn't share it. I was embarrassed, or I was like, I'm gonna do this and spend time with my kids, which is great, but kids are just extension of myself. So really, in my own way, I was, I wasn't making time for mankind. And anyhow, I haven't made a video in a while. It was on my heart to say these things, share these things, talk about tribalism, about the us and them, and to point out when Jesus says to come out of the world and all these different things about the world. The word is cosmos. Cosmos. Fixed, set, systems. The world, organizations, organized religion, on and on and on. And just share with you guys that I've been trying to come out of the world, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Out of the world's traditions, and I don't know. I guess that's all. I hope that everyone is being strong. Remember, the fear is not of the Father. The enemy wants you to be scared. The enemy wants you to be angry. The enemy loves your anger, loves your division, loves your temper, your judgment. I was gonna light a cigarette, and I was like, might get judged, and then they won't hear my message. No one's perfect. Good grief. Anyhow, love, forgiveness, mercy. Show mercy. The amount of mercy that we have is the amount we get when it comes time. The amount of judgment is the same we get. So we are responsible and accountable. Come on, girl, it's okay. Shh. We're accountable, and we've done something from the get-go. And I think a lot of it has to do with dividing ourselves. You know, my vote goes to Christ. My flag is under the banner of my Father who art in heaven. And to think that man can fix any of this is just conceit on levels that just I don't know why anyone thinks that a man can fix any of this. I don't want no part of it. This is it's all written. Handwriting's on the wall, guys. So stop putting your faith anywhere except for in the way that Jesus taught, and that's the passerby, the middle way. It's the narrow way. Not many are gonna find that path, and it's really not that hard, honestly. I love you. Bye. I love you guys. Bye. There you go. Bye. Well, speak. Speak. Can you be good girl? A high five. That's my good girl. Goodbye. Goodbye.